Double-sided printing. I've been meaning to make this video for quite some time. Double-sided printing is going to take a few parts to explain it. And the first part is choosing the media that makes the most sense. The double-sided printing capability is automated on the 360, 365, 560, 570. Now, you can do it on the other printers, but you're not going to take advantage of the way the amaze works with the firmware, which works with the RIP software. So really, to be effective, you have to have a 365, 360, 560, 570 to print double-sided successfully on the smaller latex printers. The 110, 310, 315, 330, 335, this is not conjoined with the software and the firmware. The 310 and 330 do not even have the amaze. It's not really possible to do double-sided printing the way I'm going to show you here. So keep that in mind. If you have a 335, it does not have an automated double-sided feature. It probably would, if you want to do double-sided, it probably would have been a good idea to have gotten a 365. This is the amaze. It reads the registration marks that are printed on side A when you're printing those face down on side B. Once it finds the mark, it knows where X and Y are, and then it can place the image from side B directly on top of side A. That's how it works. With that said, choosing your material is key. The most common thing we're going to do with double-sided printing is banner. Double-sided banner is overwhelmingly the primary application. I have a bunch here. These are all double-sided banners. Okay? The most common, Bantex 13-ounce curl-free blockout. Ideally, with the double-sided banner, you want a banner that has a blockout liner. Now, you could probably get away with printing, say, a 13-ounce Ultraflex Jetflex, but that's not really designed for double-sided. You know, you have one side that's printable, the other side is scrim, effectively. And there's no blockout liner, so therefore, it's not creating the opacity you need to do a double-sided banner. This Bantex 13-ounce curl-free is double-sided, and I printed two different images on each side. I'll show you how to do that in the RIP. This Ultraflex Ultra Blockout 15-ounce Pro, also a very good choice. HP double-sided. HP has a new banner we're releasing, which is a double-sided banner. And then the Bantex 18-ounce two-sided. And again, two different images. That is the most common double-sided application. It's designed for the banner material. It prints the banner material. It works beautifully. There are other materials that people use. This, for example, is a 10-ounce PET, super smooth, and you can print this double-sided. The trouble with it is it's very temperature sensitive. So when you run it, it's definitely a 12 or a 16 pass proposition because you have to keep the heat down so that you can print on something that's A, so thin, B is a super smooth, and B is PET. So that is printable, but you're going to be running more like 190 degrees, which puts you at 12 or 16 pass. A lot of people don't want to run double-sided that slow, and I understand. But if you're going to run this material, you have to take into consideration how the material is built, how it's constructed. There are other materials. So this is made by DAF. It is a polypropylene blockout film. We printed this double-sided. Now this also is somewhat temperature sensitive, so we run it slower, printed at 16 pass. If you were to try to run this at 12 pass, what's going to happen is you need to get the heat up to put any amount of ink on it, and once you get the heat up on a polypropylene, it buckles. It warps, and now it is no longer smooth. Subsequently, it's not going to be satisfactory to the customer. So this works, but you do have to take in consideration that it will potentially require a slower speed. Then you have our tape. Now, R-Tape has created the Synapse, which is a polyester paper. We were able to print that double-sided. This is a blackout paper, a polyester paper. Again, 16 pass. The registration is just a tad off, and that's possible because the media may have shrank a little bit. And later in the video, I'll come to the point where I explain media shrinkage. All of the prints that I do double-sided, I group them in either 16 or 20 up, and I do not put bleed marks, and I do not adjust for scaling. I want to see exactly what I'm dealing with when it shrinks a little bit. I want to understand the media. So I accept that it may shrink a bit, but there are processes that you can use either through creating a bleed registration points or by adjusting the scaling. And I'll show you the scaling in a later part of the video, as well as we've created a separate category video for media shrinking, because media shrinking is something you have to take into consideration with double-sided printing, and how much a media shrinks may indicate whether that media is a good or a poor choice for double-sided printing.